Morena Tefano. Just going to look at the tiled map editor today. This is something that we're going to be working with to build maps in our Python game, and levels and things like that as well. Here it is open here. I hope you've got it installed on your system. I have this PNG. Oh, we'll minimize that. Living here on my desktop. And this is it. This is just a PNG. This is a sprite sheet. And this is all of the different land, ground tiles that you might want to use for a project. All we're going to do is we're going to get this into tiled, build a map with it, and save it somewhere. And then we'll look at getting that into Python Arcade next video. Okay, so I go to tiled, and what I want is I want a tile set. And you can make them based on a collection of images, but I found it a little bit easier if you just have one single tile set image and leave it to tiled to break that up into tiles for you. Okay, so our source is going to be not in our Learn Arcade work. It's sitting on the desktop at the moment, and it's that one there. Now, really importantly, each of these, and we've checked this out beforehand, each of those tiles is 128 by 128. And there is no margin on them. We're not using a transparent color. That's something that some tile sets do. This one is a PNG. It has transparent pixels itself. All right, let's save that. It's Sprite Sheet ground. Why not? And there we go. I now have a tile set. Each one of these has been broken up individually. As you see, I have like different sets. I've got ones with grass on top. I've got regular ground. I've got sort of sand and rock, and so you can make several different like biomes with this. Cool. Let's make a new map now, and you want it to be orthogonal. You want it to be, well, you can actually choose any of these. We're going to talk about these later. But for now, make it a CSV because there's an important insight into there. We're going to render from the right down. And how far are we going to make it? They're 128 by 128. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Make sure that this tile size matches your tile set. We're not going to make it infinite today. Okay, that is a huge map, but let's do it. Why not? And we're just gonna save it here as well. Do I have anything called test? Why not? Test map. No, it already exists. Test map 2. Cool. Save. Wow. Okay, that's massive. Let's zoom in. And let's scroll right across to the start of our map. And look at all these sprite sheets that are just here already. You can just start grabbing those, sticking them in. Yeah, cool. Get an edge piece in there. Get the other sort of corner piece in there. Maybe I want a ramp. Or some of those blocks to fill in those gaps. Hey, choice. This is a platformer. Let's put on a platform. So we've got edge pieces of different kinds. We've got, I could do this all day. This is fun. But I won't. I will leave it there for a moment. Let's save that. Now, that TMX file is now saved. Let's take a look at it. What actually is it here that we are rendering? Okay, so I've now gone and shifted the map and the sprite sheet into this local directory. That's important. Previously, it wasn't saved there, and that's going to cause us a problem later that I think we should discuss. Okay, so I've got both the sprite sheet, which is a .tsx, which is a TypeScript file. We're branching a little bit away from Python here, and we've also got a .tmx file. And we're going to look inside that TMX file to sort of figure out what's going on here. As you can see, we've got a little bit of what we call XML here. It's sort of HTML-ish, if you know your HTML. And we've got this big pile of numbers. Oh my goodness, what's happening on there? And we've got a few closing tags for that XML. What is happening? What is going on with this massive sea of numbers? Well, this is what we call a CSV, comma separated values. Whole pile of values, commas in between them. So, take a look here where there's things other than zeros. Take a look at that. Do you recognize anything about that pattern? Okay. Well, where's our test map? Take a look at that. Take a look at that. Maybe you've seen it. Yeah, so here is an edge piece. Here's that big row of middle pieces. Here are the ramp pieces going up here. And that's been shifted over a little bit because those numbers have taken up space. You get the idea. These are just numbers stored in a CSV. And you could go through and change them, and you could actually manually type them in if you wanted to, but you've got a map editor. Why would you do that? Something that's important to talk about is this is incredibly wasteful in terms of space, and you should be thinking about using some compression coding in order to fix that. You don't have to do that. That's been done for you. How has it been done for you? Well, instead of saving this as how we had it before, let's make a new map. And instead of CSV, I believe we can pick any of these. I might be... Let's make a zlib compressed map. Let's make it the same size. And let's save it in Learn Arcade. Let's call it compressed map. Oops. Never have a space in your file names. It's a bad idea. And look, let's stick some things in. Whoa, too far. Couple of tiles here. An edge piece there. More middle bits. Another edge there. 1, 2, blah, blah, blah. Buckle my shoe. Okay, cool. This is a terrible map. Oh well. Okay, I'm having fun. We should stop actually making the map and look at the result. Come back to here. We now have test map 2 .tmx. Let's take a look inside it. Compressed map .tmx. Oh, that's not a whole pile of numbers at all. This is the data. There's a big, angry looking string of characters, but it's been compressed down. All of those repeated zeros are gone, but that's the same thing. So if you ever appear inside your TMX, that's what's going on. It's the same data, it's just compressed, but now it's not human readable. It didn't need to be anyway, because you're only ever going to open it with the map editor. Great. More instructions soon on how to get that into Python Arcade, how to actually open it up in our game. We'll see you soon.